right, hi, hello. Welcome back into the world of Barstool Gambling. I am Brandon Walker. I host Pick Central, our daily gambling show every single day. We are coming off a weekend of weirdness in NFL football, of mediocrity in college football. We've got college basketball starting tomorrow. College basketball, including these two idiots beside me. One to my left is Marty Mush. One to my right is Rico Bosco. That's our three today. Our team is on the floor. Ben Mentz is off in Vegas. So is Smitty. So is, let's see, and Big Ev is sick today. So there you go. Here's our team. I'll just start with college basketball because you guys do the bench mob.
I want to start real quick with Smitty's video. Funniest thing, unintentionally the funniest thing you've seen all weekend.
I was going to bring it up. Yes, if you want to go ahead and fire that up soon, TJ. The Smitty video of him.
There's a quick side tangent, 10 seconds.
It's fine. It's fine. We can do it right at the
now,
start.
have you
if you
seen the video of him when he fumbled his words in front of Vince Howard?
That I did not see.
Of Michael B. Jordan. He's walking past him and he goes, "Hey Vince, clear eyes."
Right.
And Vince finishes it.
Clear hearts, full eyes.
Yeah, he
clear
says
hearts,
something.
full eyes. Yeah.
And Vince finishes it for him. And he's like, "Thanks," and he just shakes his head in front of the camera. It's unbelievable.
Do you really calling him Vince?
Yeah, I call him
Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is one of the more famous actors we have in Hollywood.
He was explaining to me. I'm like, I don't know who Vince is.
So we're going to call him
Vince from Friday Night Lights. Yeah, I should.
What if I just call him Adonis?
Oh, that works.
Okay, all right. Wallace, maybe? He was in The Wire, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he got
That's
shot.
where he got his break.
Yeah.
He was also in Hardball.
Was he in Hardball?
Yes,
I never saw Hardball. That's the Keanu Reeves joint?
Yeah.
Hardball is awesome movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you'd like it.
Doesn't one of them die?
But you saw Bad News Bears?
I saw Bad News Bears, yeah.
Interesting. You saw Bad News Bears, but you didn't see Hardball. Interesting.
It's an age thing. I'm old.
Oh, God.
I'm very old.
Oh, God.
Oh, I see. Wow.
All right.
That was pretty good.
That
was pretty good.
Wow. Okay.
I ain't seen that fucking movie.
That's how we're starting.
I already saw that shit.
That's how we're starting things today?
That's how we're starting it. All right. NFL, go ahead.
I thought you said you didn't want to
college
host.
basketball. Oh, yeah.
College basketball. What'd you say?
No more hosting for Rico. I had to start. I was like, I'm only here for 15 minutes. This guy just wouldn't stop. He just would stop talking.
It's the first time I've ever seen this guy to my right admit any fault whatsoever. We sat down today and he said, I'm not cut out for hosting.
He's not.
I got thrown into it.
Yeah, you did.
If I prepared it.
People do think it's a lot easier than it is.
No, I'm very, very, very talented.
No, I was saying that about myself.
You can do it.
We went through the call. It gave you some winners.
But let's go back to what you were saying, college basketball.
So tomorrow night in the Garden, here in Madison Square Garden, you guys will be there. You'll be credentialed media, which is just absolutely pathetic and stupid. Duke and Kentucky, and Michigan State, Kansas to open up.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
So we're gonna go. Me, Rico, and Jake gonna go to the first game.
Right.
Then me and Rico are gonna go stream the Duke game after. Duke is gonna, I think, beat the.
Oh, you're going to Jersey to stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Advised to. I think Duke's gonna. I'm not even just saying it. Duke's gonna beat the shit out of Kentucky. They beat Miles College by 9 points.
They beat Miles College by 9 points, but this is going to be the most experienced Kentucky team that he's had. Of course, they did make the NIT. So I always wonder when you say this is the most experienced Kentucky team that he's had. That's not really – maybe that's not that great. Maybe I just talked myself out of it because he's bringing back players that weren't very good.
Exactly. So you're experienced. You're just more experienced because they couldn't go to the NBA.
They're also bringing in some very good transfers.
Yeah, there are good transfers, but there's a lot of uncertainty with those guys meshing together.
So
Paolo legit though is like you got to watch out for him. He's going to be the number one player. The Duke
one or two.
I think one. Duke also has two big guys now that are very serviceable. They never have that. They just have depth this year.
What do you mean they never have that? Duke has serviceable.
No,
big men.
Like two of them.
All right. Oh, they never have a pair of them.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren in Gonzaga, he could be the number one pick too.
Yeah, but we'll have to see. I'm not sold on him. I haven't seen nothing.
You're only sold on Paulo because he's wearing the Duke jersey.
I seen him play. I haven't seen Chet play yet. I am excited to see him though because he's a weird specimen of like a long, strangly guy who could fucking shoot threes and be a point guard.
Did you mean gangly?
Strangly.
Strangly's not a word at all.
It's strong and gangly.
It's not strangly. Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he going to be choking people on the court?
He might be. But we have a game at 3:00 tomorrow. Like we are going to be able to gamble at 3:00 college basketball. Also, we have a live show November 17th.
Oh, really?
In
Bloomington, Indiana.
Bloomington, Indiana.
Bench Mob has a live show in Bloomington, Indiana.
Yep, 6:30 November 17th, Indiana versus St. John's.
So I'll give you guys a little bit. So we just went to Bloomington for the college football show. That's an awesome fucking town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
It's a terrific town.
And obviously basketball is like all they have, and they haven't really had it. And like this is a year that I think it's going to turn it.
Yeah,
New
but-
coach.
Yeah.
A lot of excitement, opportunity.
Woodson, right? From the NBA?
Yeah, Woodson from the Knicks.
Yeah, he's been recruiting at a high level. I don't know. Indiana basketball is one of those teams that you'd like to see back, just like Florida State football.
You
Just like
thought
Miami
they were
football.
back for a little while with Crean.
They were
but
only
he's just
kinda
a fucking
back,
crazy
yeah.
person.
And then, did you say is he still at Georgia?
Yeah.
They're going to be awful.
They're going to
terrible.
probably be one of the worst teams in the SEC.
I think they're predicted worse than Vanderbilt.
They're predicted
Right?
to be dead last in the SEC.
Yeah, dead
Yeah.
last. Worse than Vanderbilt. That says a lot.
What happened to Crean?
There's a bunch of guys that I think were the next wave
Right.
of guys. And I know he's a friend of the program, but like, what the fuck happened to Buzz?
Yeah,
Buzz
that's
is
true.
just a nobody. in
Right?
Texas
So, like,
A&M
and I
now.
know people are going to be like, oh, you're saying it because, like, you're friends with, but, like, I mean, numbers speak for themselves. Oates, Musselman, Will Wade, these guys are, they didn't see, they didn't,
Chris Beard.
maybe they didn't see these guys coming, you know?
Oh, Texas is going to be so good.
Texas is going to be very good. They didn't see these guys coming. So, like, Buzz was like, I could go to the SEC and win. Frank Martin is another guy. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know he made the Final Four, but it's like, these guys are just
thing-
miles past them.
my guy-
miles past them as far as what the return on production.
My guy qualifies for that until this year. Ben Howland hasn't been great.
I've been out on Ben Howland since I read that Sports Illustrated article.
Well, that
He's
was 10
fucking
years
nu-
ago.
Yeah, but that's a makeup of a guy, though.
But with college,
Do you agree with that or no?
No, I don't agree with that. I think that I think
He's nuts.
I mean, he made 3 Final Fours. He made 3 Final
But
Fours.
during
in a row.
the organization, it was because they were so talented. It wasn't because of his coaching.
Well, that's all. That's
There was
that's the
organizational
only reason any
chaos.
college basketball team wins is because they're so talented. It's never the organization. Maybe Virginia.
I would say you can overachieve if you have a good coach.
So do you think like,
Virginia.
Right.
They still have been wildly talented.
do you think Eric Spoelstra is a good coach?
I mean,
He's a great coach. Isn't
No, I do too. But what his points?
I think it
LeBron,
more so. I think it more so
Dwayne Wade
plays.
and Chris
it
Bosh.
more
it's like,
more plays to me in college. I don't really.
Okay.
I
NBA
agree
doesn't
with
make
that.
that much.
I
sense.
agree with
that.
I mean, let's face
That's
it. The best coach in the NBA for a while is now in an executive position.
Do you agree?
So what do I make of that?
Do you agree with me now with college basketball this year? It's like you kind of have 2 sets of freshmen. Like the freshmen last year didn't experience anything. They experienced.
Oh, yeah,
they played in
that's-
open gyms.
that-
like
that's a good
fucking
point.
watered down.
Like going
you
to
couldn't
Duke.
Do
believe
we
it.
Yeah,
also
go to
have
Kansas.
do we also have the layer of what we had in college football of the super seniors and the juniors who have been there 5 years?
Yeah.
I mean, because that's I think that could make the mid majors more dangerous. I think we saw that early in
That's-
college football this year
That's why St. Bonaventure is going to be like an actual good team.
because they're going to have 22 and
Belmont plays
23-year-old
tomorrow.
grown men
Yeah.
out
They
there.
got all juniors and seniors. Yeah, especially in those mid-level conferences. That's going to help you a lot. You're right.
Okay, well, we shouldn't really talk college football, college basketball because it hasn't started yet, but it is fun to have the bench mob boys here. How's bench mob going? You guys hate each other yet?
No, not yet. Soon we will though. These trips might kill us because Rico's a good trip guy. Jake Marsh, bad trip guy.
Is he a bad trip guy?
Doesn't eat McDonald's.
That's not something you need on your trip.
You need a guy who eats McDonald's on a trip.
I almost got us arrested.
You need somebody that
Yeah.
at least eats. Does he at least eat fast food, or is it just McDonald's?
I don't think he's a big fast
He's
food
like, you
guy.
just, I won't put it in my system.
Like
and
it's
shit
12
like that.
o'clock.
Oh,
It's
you-
like
you-
he's looking for a salad.
You
It's
can't
like,
be a
well,
non-fast food guy on a trip.
everyone needs to be a fast food
You got to
guy.
be prepared to
Yeah,
grab a
nothing
quick
was
meal.
open.
It was very funny this week because he's from Florida, and I was like, there's a bunch of friends who went to Florida. I was like, hey, we want to go to a frat just to like film and stuff. He gave me one of his frat friends' name, and I was like talking to him, and he was like, yeah, well, I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm studying. It was Friday. I was like, that makes sense.
That's not
Jake's
the,
friend studying. I mean, these frat kids.
But that's also not the hookup you need for a frat party.
No,
the guy
no,
who's
it was
studying on
very.
a Friday
A
night.
lot of it was very funny because like we went to one frat house. It was it was prototypical. Like we walked in, 6 guys, shirts off, working out to crazy music. It was just perfect.
How was Gainesville?
It was awesome.
A lot better than the game.
Yeah, they suck.
They suck.
Minus 20.5. They
He's
lost by
done.
30.
He's done. Dan Mullen's done. He had to fire his best friend today. Let me do an ad and then we'll get into the NFL. Okay, so bam, bam, bam. For many people in the U.S. concerned about the cost of health insurance, there are no good options. Well, there's Crowd Health. You either go uninsured or pay through the nose for a high deductible plan with questionable coverage, all because of a broken health insurance system. It's like being stuck with an outdated cable TV plan and not knowing about Netflix. Crowd Health is a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system. A place where you can get simple, flexible, affordable way to pay for your health care Being in the Crowd Health community can save hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Its membership as a monthly subscription. Start or stop whenever it's convenient for you. Simple and transparent pricing, customized to fit your needs. Crowd Health lowers your monthly health care costs. You can see any doctor you want. Crowd Health is able to offer amazing prices because of its community of health-conscious members. For a limited time, my listeners get their first month free, and after you've been a member, Crowd Health will include a fitness wearable. That's 30 days risk-free to try. That's 30 days to try risk-free plus the fitness wearable. Go to joincrowdhealth.com/fit. Enter code PICS at sign-up. That's joincrowdhealth.com/fit. Enter promo code PICS. Crowd Health is not health insurance. It's a community-powered alternative. Terms and conditions may apply. Before we get into NFL football, do we have the Smitty video, TJ?
You made a good decision going NFL before college.
I know.
What a week Saturday.
It's been a lot of week Saturdays. I'm almost.
It's amazing to me that the
It hasn't
schedule.
been a great year. Here we go. Here's Smitty. Okay, so he's confident.
It's game day, but more ways than one. 2021 World Series of Poker main event. We're doing what we have to do to survive, and survive we will. Not only that, we got victory for the people.
Once again, dealers in the white section, this is the time we need to inform me of anything that you may need.
Win.
Players, we ask you to please not be in the tournament area at this time. Please do not film. Once again, gentlemen in blue shirt, gentlemen in the gray hoodie, I am speaking
Now.
to you. Gentlemen, I need you to stop filming in the tournament area at this time.
Now, what a dipshit.
It's not ready.
What?
Why he would release that? I'm a Smitty guy, but
Yeah. What?
just be like, kill that.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
The
just a
point.
Smitty thing.
The point. And now is when she's telling you. Listen, I don't know that I've ever experienced a loudspeaker person talking directly to me.
So I was going to say, I wouldn't think I would realize, because when loudspeakers go on, you're not really listening.
Right,
You're just
right,
kind of
right.
like whatever.
Especially if
it
you're
is, it's
doing a
background
video.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and then all of a sudden the guy in this gray sweatshirt, please stop.
He also took the shirt off like the T-shirt reveal was going to be the biggest thing that ever happened to Barstool Sports. Like as soon as they see this T-shirt, I'm going to be the biggest star that's ever been involved.
Plus, it was not like he's playing in a blackjack tournament because you need other people at the table. It's a
Right.
poker tournament.
He
You
thought he
know
was the only one
why
playing.
he-
So
Yeah,
he's
he's
like
like-
now, and the guy. So all right, I'm gonna deal it to you, and then 5 imaginary hands. Like I was, it was. Listen, I like Smitty. He's still alive apparently, but wild.
Yeah, Nate's out. It's tough for Big Cat backing him.
I mean,
Out
just
first day.
goes out immediately.
First day is tough, but I think Nate tried to play aggressive, and he supposedly lost on a tough hand, but that sucks.
I don't know. I don't know poker very well.
Mincy's still alive.
What are we doing first?
We're gonna do NFL
You
football.
have to do the NFL.
We're gonna do NFL football. I think I don't know what stands out to you. I'll just say let's do it like this. I'll point to you. You tell me the biggest thing that came out of yesterday.
Biggest
Rico.
winner, biggest loser.
Nope. What's the
Winners
number?
and losers.
Okay. What's the number one
Brought to you
story?
by Crowd
I'll
Health.
start with Marty. What's the number one thing that came out of yesterday?
Biggest winner.
There's only 3 good football teams.
I don't think that's who are they?
They are the Cardinals,
Yeah.
they are the Bucks,
Yeah.
and they are the Packers.
Okay. Well, that's wrong immediately.
How?
Did nobody see the Titans go to L.A. and beat the
Titans.
shit?
Sorry,
Okay.
4. Titans.
And I still say the
I don't think the Rams have beaten one good team. Everyone else has been really bad.
I don't know. I still think
Look at the Bills wins too. The Bills wins aren't impressive.
you
either.
can't trust the Bills right now for
Nope.
sure. I do think the Packers are good. I do think the
Look at this. Look at this. Ready?
who are we talking about?
Rams beat the Bears.
Right?
decent
bad.
win.
Colts
Not good.
beat the Bucks. That's their good
win.
win.
Right.
Cardinals lost. Beat the Seahawks, who are bad. The Giants, who the
Right.
Lions bad. Texans bad.
But I think if we're judging teams right now, like yesterday was just one of those weird days where it was underdog day. It was underdog day across the world. The Jags beating the Bills. The Jags beat the Bills, which is crazy. But it happened.
Also,
I think the most shocking one was the Broncos beating the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I got killed on that one. But more so, it's how the Jags beat the Bills. So if you tell me the Jags won 41-38,
Right.
nobody could stop anybody, Lawrence got hot, they fucking scored, they threw the ball, it was wacky. Okay, you tell me they're going to win 9-6, the Bills don't score a touchdown?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Oh,
That's disgusting. I don't know.
I could believe the first one. I can't believe the second one.
But even like the Titans, I think they're really, really good. They're getting it going. They lost to the Jets earlier this season. You know, the Bengals lost to the Jets a couple weeks ago. Of course, the Bengals just get destroyed against the Browns. I don't know. It was underdog day. It was one of those days where you almost just burn the tape and don't worry about it and just trust that the teams that you thought were good are going to be good despite what happened yesterday.
Chiefs are really bad.
Chiefs are not a good football team.
The way they won that game, and it's crazy that they're in the conversation of playoffs and everything, but like the Packers they were giving them the game the entire time. The special teams one of the worst. Jordan Love doesn't know how to throw a football. They should just cut him. Just get it out.
I'm starting to realize why the Packers have put up with Aaron Rodgers and why Aaron Rodgers put up with the Packers. Like, I mean, what's the alternative?
They're a Super Bowl. They may win the Super Bowl.
Just imagine a world though where a couple years ago they were in the late first round, decided to choose Jordan Love instead of trying to get aggressive and go get a Jordan Jefferson or get a receiver for Aaron Rodgers. They actually chose to get an heir apparent who's not very good.
No, really bad. Blake Bortles should have came in.
Yeah, it was one of those days though. Like I thought the most impressive team of the day by far the Titans. The Titans going to the Rams and just
smacking them,
physically beating the shit out of them.
And like the start,
Jeffrey Simmons is fantastic.
The start of the game, the Rams were like picked them off. They went up 3-0 first, and then the Titans defense is for real. They are fucking all over the place.
Well, they're good. They have a good player at every level. Like Jeffrey Simmons is incredible up front. Byard is a great safety. Missing a linebacker here, but they're just good. Like they wear you down.
We were talking about it today. Ebo has always said how like the Titans aren't good because of Derrick Henry. It's good because they are good with like obviously Derrick Henry helps,
right?
But they showed last night. You have Adrian Peterson, who I think Clem said it doesn't compute in my head that he's playing. He's number 8 on the Titans right now.
No, it is weird, but I mean, like he's not really their number 1 running back. Like he is. They're just giving it to as many people as they can right now.
But that's what
Nichols
I'm
and the guy from Texas, Deontay
but that
Foreman.
can work, though. That
can work. Yeah.
No,
you don't have to be great at running back to be a great team.
But I'm saying it just because Derrick Henry is the best running back in the league, but it shows you how good they actually are without him. Going into LA and doing that to them is tough. So
I mean, if your defense is going to force 14 points in a row in the second quarter, I mean, the running back doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I mean, that defense scored 14 points in a matter of 30 seconds.
Yeah, 1,000 helped the over a lot. I mean, Tannehill I feel like he just doesn't get a lot of credit.
Did it go over? Final was 28-16. I don't remember what the total was.
I don't remember totally. I
feel like
Glenny had it. He was over. That's the only reason why.
Really?
He has all overs.
I know.
I didn't think it got that high.
But
I admire.
Do you agree though?
I admire guys like Glenny who just have one bet and they just bet it all the time. Just don't think about it. I can't do that.
I can't do it at all.
And hell, it made Hank a bunch of money yesterday. He just bets underdogs.
Those Hank's bets one of those like that could have been me, but I'll never will. That'll never happen again.
The discipline, it's just ingrained in him.
Here's what I don't
plus sign.
Will never happen again.
But here's what I don't understand about Hank's bet.
You can't change it. You can't change your makeup. I can't do that.
Here's what I don't understand about Hank's bet. If you get his tweet where it hit
53.5 was what the line was.
What I don't understand about his bet was how did he stay away from the Texans? The Texans were like +6 against the Dolphins. That was the most obvious one.
Yep.
And I don't know how he had the wherewithal to stay away from the Texans and take all the other underdogs.
And you know what he did too? He took only spread he took was the Vikings.
So there it is. He took the now a lot of these. Okay, Giants. I double ratted myself on that one, like you did with the Chargers yesterday, and you end up hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I like the Giants so much that I bet the Raiders. Okay. The Browns.
Let's face it. Giants is a coin flip. I'm not knocking the guy, but Giants is a coin flip.
Right.
Browns is a coin flip when you look at those money lines.
But the Broncos is a good play.
Broncos is a crazy one.
Vikings, he needed luck to get that spread. Okay, that is what it is. Broncos is a fucking grab your nuts play.
Right.
And the Falcons is a little bit of a tough play.
No, honestly,
I think the Falcons were a smart play because I mean you had first game with Trevor Siemian.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I bet Falcons. I bet Giants. I bet Browns. Like the one where it's like no way is the Broncos, and that's just like holy shit.
This card is not crazy. That bet is good. That's not like a lucky bet.
No.
That's a skilled bet, which is crazy because the Giants made sense. The Browns made sense. The Vikings, I had that spread as well. Although him having the wherewithal to do spread instead of money line there is crazy.
I also think you're right. It's a skilled bet. Like I said,
he did say he's like the Ravens always go down early and come back late, and they always fuck you. But you know what's crazy too? Imagine adding the Jaguars and the Titans there.
I believe if you added the Jaguars to this, it would have net like $30,000.
And then the Titans.
Brandon, you make a good point, though. It is skilled because, like I said, so the Giants and Browns, I do think were a toss-up. But how do I find what's going to give me plus money? That's skilled.
Right.
Did
yeah,
great.
He
nailed it.
I don't think anybody thinks of Hank as a skilled gambler. I thought that was a skilled bet. I thought it was dead ass luck when I heard about it. But then I looked. I said, how did he know to keep the Texans out of it? Because my parlays all would have been ruined with the Texans. I thought the Texans were going to beat the Dolphins.
Everyone had the Texans.
Right.
Everyone.
And that's the one that would have ruined every parlay for me because I would have been hammering them. So a money line parlay that did not include them, impressive to me. Also, how do you still trust the Cowboys? If you're putting together your top 10 teams, and I disagree with Marty. I think there's more than 3 good teams. If you're putting together your top 10,
4. Tell me the 4. Tell me
there's
who's
4
better.
elite teams. It's 4 elite.
I think it's a different
I think there's more. Okay, could the Bills be elite by the end of the season? I think the answer to that probably is yes.
Right now.
Yeah, right now we're doing.
It's right now.
You can't put
the
them
Bills
in there.
elite. Look at the Bills wins. Washington,
Right.
Kansas City, Jaguars, I think. Like, the Bills have beaten trash, too. I'm sorry, lost to the Jaguars and lost to somebody else, too. Lost to the Steelers week 1. They have no impressive wins.
Let me tell you a team that doesn't have a good record who I think is alive going forward. I think the Browns are going to be alive going forward. I think the Browns.
Then next week's a big test.
Well, it's a big opportunity
both-
tonight.
for
Steelers.
I think
Steelers are in a must-win
Next
tonight.
week, actually, there's 2 teams where like you don't know where they really are. It's the Patriots and the Browns. They're playing each other. That's a team where like, all right, but you're right though. Bills, Steelers, lost. Dolphins,
Right.
Washington, Texans, Chiefs, Titans, Dolphins, Jaguars.
I think we need to start, when you start evaluating the NFL, you need to look at it like college football rankings. So take a look at those resumes. Now it's scaled because it's only till 32.
Right.
But what would those wins be? Give them to me again, Marty.
That wasn't great.
The wins.
Yeah, off the top of my head.
The wins are the Dolphins.
Okay, so Dolphins are
Twice.
25. Let's
Dolphins
say.
twice. Washington,
23. They'll be
Texans,
31.
Chiefs.
20.
Can
That's
I
it.
just slow you down? The Dolphins are a hell of a lot worse than 25.
All right, fine.
30.
Put the Dolphins down there. All right, go ahead. Chiefs
it.
are what? 20? Is that being generous?
I don't know if the Chiefs are 20. Yeah, like that whole AFC West. Can I just tell you the records in the AFC West? Chargers 5-3, Raiders 5-3, Chiefs 5-4, Broncos 5-4. Chiefs can win that division and not be a very good team.
For sure.
Chiefs can win that fucking division. The NFL took such a weird turn yesterday where you had so many teams that I think separated themselves, but now do you trust the Cowboys going forward? What do you do with the Rams when they're faced with a physical team? Are they going to get beat like that? What are you going to do with the Bucks? Of course, they were able to stay away from the death and destruction yesterday because they were off. But like the Saints now, I don't count them as a real 5-3 team with this quarterback.
Hell no.
They're not a real 5-3 team. This shit's crazy in the NFL.
The most impressive thing to me was the fucking Cardinals. No Murray, no DeAndre Hopkins, and Kingsbury legit outcoached.
49ers just suck.
49ers are a bad team, and the fact that the Cardinals were beating them the entire time, the Cardinals, they're just for real. You have to say they're for real.
I think the 49er fans are they hate the team kind of. Like, it just seems like they're kind of fed up as well. It's not a happy place right now. I don't know what's going on.
You got to answer the question. Who else is in the same tier as the elite teams besides those four?
Okay, say the 4 again.
It's
Titans.
Titans, Cardinals,
Right.
Packers,
Bucks.
I think the Rams, you still have to consider them in the conversation. I think last night was bad, but I think
they're
you
one
still have
foot
to,
in, 1 foot out.
I still think you consider them. I think the Cowboys had their shitty game yesterday. I think the Cowboys definitely a top 10 team in the league. Saints I wouldn't consider there. In the NFC, the NFC is so fucking top heavy. Like the NFC East has one good team, it's the Cowboys. The rest of them suck. The NFC West has 2 good teams. The rest of them suck. The NFC North, 1 good team. The rest of them suck. And the NFC South now has the Bucks and the Saints at 4-3 or 5-3, but they kind of suck now too.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Bills, I still think I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know either.
Well, the biggest winner to me for the day yesterday was the Patriots. Now, I don't think they'll make a fucking run, and I don't think they're elite.
They could make a run.
But you're a game back from the Bills.
Their defense, run defense has been unbelievable. The thing with the Patriots, though, and I'm not knocking them because I do think they're kind of changing it for me. And again, the Browns, but
Sorry, hold on.
They beat the Jets.
Patriots haven't played the Bills yet either, right?
No, they play them twice.
Got 2 times.
Jets twice, Panthers, But they beat the Chargers, that was a good win. But also, are the Chargers overrated?
No, I just meant more so. How do you catch the Bills? They get
Oh,
to
yeah,
play
yeah,
them
they
twice.
can
absolutely- they're only
That's
one
all I
game
meant.
back.
It
They're one
wasn't
game
like
back.
they already lost one and now we got to
For
split,
sure.
and then they got them twice.
I'm gonna try and work this out. What's
Work it out.
happening in the NFL right now, I actually really like.
Parody.
But what's happening
Setting
in
up for an
college
awesome
football,
playoffs.
Parody.
I thought I would like, but I
Right.
don't like.
College football.
make sense?
College football is it's the one of the weirdest seasons I ever remember because the good teams are mediocre. They're mediocre versions of themselves. Alabama is technically the number 2 team in the country, and they look like dog shit the other day. And they're still probably the number 2 team in the country because Ohio State didn't look great either.
So
There's one good team in college football.
yeah,
And I almost want to go back to 1967 and just give Georgia the national. What are you doing? What's your face?
We broke it down. I'm not knocking you. Georgia is elite. Give them Georgia's wins, though, Marty.
No, he doesn't have to give me Georgia's wins. Arkansas is not a bad team.
They're
Kentucky,
not a good team. They're not a good team.
I would say Arkansas is going to be an 8-win team.
They're way worse than they were when the
Kentucky's-
whole world had them at 5.
Kentucky's-
Let's face that.
Kentu-
And you know that.
Oh,
that
of
that's
course.
SEC bias.
I said that's not SEC bias. That was
well, that Arkansas is still sitting
Arkansas
around the
wasn't-
rankings. Auburn's still sitting around. That happens every year.
Arkansas, first of all, isn't ranked. Arkansas
Still
wasn't
sitting around there. I bet you
Arkansas
they're
wasn't in the
30.
top 10 because they were SEC. Arkansas was in the top 10 because they beat an overrated Texas early, and that's all it needed. Texas was number 15 in the country, and they shouldn't have been. Arkansas beat them, so they jumped up. That's all that happened. Anyway, Arkansas is not a bad football team, and they killed them. Kentucky's not a bad football team. They killed them. Auburn is a good football team, and they beat them 34-10 at Auburn. Clemson is not a terrible football team. They beat them. They're not a terrible football.
Clemson's a bad.
Not
football.
terrible, but
Clemson's
they're
not a bad
definitely not good.
Clemson's a bad offense. They're not a bad football
They
team.
beat Missouri and UAB.
Wait, what'd
so,
you
like,
say?
Clemson's a bad offense. They're
But
not a bad
that's the
football
thing,
team.
though. Like they haven't played a good offense yet.
they got a bunch of
They
loose.
play one this week.
They got a bunch of loose change, and you're trying to trade it in for $1. They don't have an elite win.
There's
You
also
can't
no,
knock that.
But there's also no fault to them. Like they're playing.
They
the
don't.
schedule.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
They're playing their schedule.
You want to say a win is a win is a win. The wins they are getting, Arkansas is not a great team, but to beat them by 40 is impressive. Auburn, you might not think they're great. To beat them by 34-10 at their place is impressive. They are beating the fucking shit out of these teams. And nobody else is doing that. LSU stinks. Alabama beat them by 6 and probably shouldn't have beat them. Like every other team, Ohio State beats Nebraska by 9. That game, they could have very easily lost that game. Everybody else is having games that are coming down to the wire, and Georgia's killing everybody.
But from what I'm saying, I don't think those teams are elite. So they're supposed to kill them.
No, you're not supposed to kill them. Like nobody else is killing these teams.
All right.
Nobody else is killing these teams. Nobody in college. Compare them to the rest of college football. Look at Alabama's strength of record. They beat Florida by 2. Florida stinks.
Right.
They lost to Texas A&M. They beat LSU by 6. LSU stinks. Look at Ohio State. They barely beat Tulsa. They barely beat this. They barely beat that. Look all the way down the list of Michigan struggling with Nebraska, Michigan struggling with Rutgers. And now look at Georgia. You say, well, they're not elite, but look at the teams they're playing, and they have not had a close game outside of Clemson, which is a weird opener. Period. Georgia is far and away the best team in the country. What's wrong with you?
No, they are. I don't think we're.
What's wrong with this motherfucker
No,
here?
because I said the same thing.
What a stupid fucking point.
Oh, I'm saying the same thing. They haven't played one good offense. They haven't played one good offense. Not one. They haven't had to be tested at all.
Let me throw this question out there. How many good offenses are there to play?
That's
Ohio
another
State.
thing. Ohio State and Alabama.
We say
is
that.
not,
We say
but-
Ohio State's got a great offense, but every time they play somebody who's not a tomato can, they don't score 50. They score like 23, 26. Like Ohio State, C.J. Stroud, when he plays a defense that is capable like Nebraska, he suddenly isn't great.
So what I was saying before with college football, because I was like, I'm getting a little sick of Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama being the best. I wanted to go back. Because I don't want to watch Cincinnati play. I don't want to watch Michigan State play. I don't want to watch these teams that are getting chances play because they're just not good. I want to see these Clemsons, Ohio States, when they're just fucking loaded, beating the shit out of each other in the playoff.
If you don't want to give Georgia credit for beating what you call non-elite teams, you tell me a team that you can put on their level this year based on what they've done. You can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. No,
There's nobody else.
I was just looking at,
Like say Michigan, who has one loss. They've had one test this year, and they failed it.
Right.
They've beaten nobody. Ohio State, every time they get in a team that's got a decent defense, all of a sudden they don't look great. Penn State, they didn't look great. Nebraska, they didn't look great. Oklahoma. I mean, do I have to go into what
No,
they've
I got
done?
ya. Well, the Big 12 fucked themselves this week with Baylor, too.
Yeah, Baylor losing that game
Lose a little
wasn't
shine on
not,
that. I still
not
think
good.
Baylor can beat Oklahoma.
No, I don't
Weirdly,
know.
I think the Big 12 might cannibalize itself here.
Baylor could, but Oklahoma State is the turd in the punch bowl right now. That's a very underrated team, and that's a team that's going to have to rise in the standings real quick because I think they're going to beat Oklahoma in Bedlam, and they've only got one loss. It's a 3-point road loss to Iowa State.
Right.
But right now it is one. It's one, and then it's everyone else in the it's every other football team together. It's not even close.
It's a weird fucking year, man. It's a.
But do you agree what I said?
I
though?
don't
Like
think this is a good year of college football because you have to really dig to find strength.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. There's nothing impressive outside of Georgia this year. There's nobody, even Alabama. It doesn't look good.
There's not one.
To double down on your point, there are two major conferences that stink: the ACC
right.
and the Pac-12. Aside from the two teams at the top, the rest of those conferences stink.
No, who at the top of the ACC doesn't stink? Everybody in the ACC stinks.
Well, I was giving Wake a little bit of
Why?
benefit.
Why? They're garbage.
Just a little bit of
They're
benefit out. They were 8-0. But so like that's their glimmering hope. But you're okay, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just giving like you have to acknowledge they were 8-0.
My team is 5-4, an outstanding 5-4 by the way. And we would beat the shit out of Wake Forest.
Yeah, you would.
I mean the shit out of
you
them.
would.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I'm more
Right
proving my
this
point.
second. Right this second.
Pac-12 stinks
There
too.
is because usually you're like, holy shit, I can't wait to see this matchup. There's not one matchup I care about. What's two teams right now? that
Ohio
you're
State,
like,
Michigan is interesting.
Is it?
I think so. I think because
I pray to God Ohio State is less than a touchdown favorite. I pray to God.
I know you keep saying that, and you keep banking on the Ohio State we saw beat Rutgers and everything, and I thought that too. But like Michigan can play defense, and Ohio State's offense likes to play average against good defenses.
I think it's just Days has got this guy's number. I really do.
I'd love to see Ohio State's schedule right now. I just got to pull up Embiid's out. There goes my Sixers bet. Knock Sixers off my card, please. But I keep the total there because I still like the total in that bet.
You're saying upcoming Ohio State?
No, I know what their upcoming schedule is.
Oh.
I just want to see what they've done so far.
Hey, watch out! Purdue's the best team in the country when they play a top 5 team.
How did Purdue get
Purdue
this
is so
deal where they
easy.
play every top
Purdue
5
is
team?
so easy.
I feel like Purdue's just going to show up on Georgia's schedule randomly. Anyway, so yeah, they've got like Michigan State. We knew that dream was kind of fake when it was happening, right? We knew the Wake Forest dream
We
was
knew
fake.
Iowa
when it
was
happening.
kind of fake when it was happening.
We knew Iowa was fake. But look at so Ohio State played Minnesota, beat them 45-31, scored 45 points. Then they played Oregon. All of a sudden, that great offense scores 28 points.
Right.
They score 41 against Tulsa. And then they get rolling against bad teams. 59 against Akron, 52 against Rutgers, 66 against Maryland, 54 against Indiana, and then here come the good defenses again, 33 and 26. Not a whole lot to really, but I don't know. College football stinks right now.
It does.
But it's
It's-
great. It's awesome.
It's disappointing.
It's awesome,
Well,
but it's great.
The
It's
schedule's
terrible.
weird though because every other week, like Saturday,
It's a bad slate.
devil's advocate. If you went to a wedding or you went apple picking Saturday, did you miss that much?
Oh, no.
And it feels like it's every other weekend.
What'd you miss this week? Baylor lost.
Michigan State lost.
Yeah,
That's
State
like
lost.
you
And
didn't
we're like-
miss.
and, like, when-
but Michigan State lost in a not close.
But you're
game.
at the wedding and you hear Michigan State lost. I figured that.
Well, no, it's more so how did they lose? Well, they lost by 2 scores to Purdue. All right, I don't really have to. Like you got to see this ending. You got to see this comeback. Like, you know what I mean?
There hasn't been.
Unfortunately, it's been every other
You
week.
can see it in the Heisman race, right? There's this. It's the worst Heisman race in the history of college football. There's been no player outside of Kenneth Walker against Michigan who has had a game where he's like, you have got to stop what you're doing and watch this guy.
Yeah.
There's no player that has dominated college football. There's no team. There's no offense. I think I said at the beginning of the year, and maybe I'm starting to realize it, the year of the defense returning to college football. The year of the defense actually starting to fight back. Because last year, 2019 LSU, the greatest offense
it
we've ever
was a
seen.
7-on-7 league.
Last year, Alabama, they were going to outscore everybody. This year, their offenses took a step back, and the defenses have been a little bit better. And I don't know. We kind of gotten used to that brand of college football. And now when Alabama's beating LSU 20-14, it's just gross.
I'm not being an asshole. You talk about the Heisman thing. Brad Powers, who I respect, tweeted it. Do you think that San Diego punter guy should get some Heisman votes,
Well,
at least
no.
be on the ballot?
Well, no, because he's a punter, but thank God he exists because
He's the most. It's talking about the most valuable player. And I mean, he's unbelievable.
I don't know if he's the most valuable, but he is probably the best in relation to his position.
Justin Tucker would have won the MVP if that was an actual conversation.
Right. I know he's never going to win.
He would never win, but
a couple of votes.
If you're talking
for
to
fifth place, I'd like to see
the best player
That's
in
all.
relation to his position. That punter is probably it.
I would like to see him get
Maybe Jordan Davis at Georgia.
a handful of votes because he had an unbelievable season, and down the road, whatever the fuck he's doing, he could tell people, I got a couple fucking Heisman votes.
Let me tell you what he's going to be doing down the road.
I think he deserved to get a couple of votes. Is that fair?
No, I don't.
No, he's a punter.
He's a punter.
He's a punter.
I mean,
Couple of fifth-place votes.
Rico, he's
No.
a punter.
Like, he has
All
to
right.
punt the ball. He doesn't have to do anything
Okay.
else.
Now, his punts are
I'm
electric.
not asking
punter.
for anything
His
fucking
best
nuts.
punter in the league.
You know what? You have inadvertently pointed out something that's wrong with college football. The best highlights in college football this season have been that guy's punts.
Yeah.
That's
you should
not
never
great.
be talking about a punter.
But
But he's
Right.
awesome.
it is
Hasn't
electric.
been good.
What's it? Ariza? Matt Ariza from
believe so.
San Diego State?
Good punter.
He is unbelievable, but he's also a punter.
I can't.
I'm
you're,
also-
you're
I
like
tweet.
being serious. That's crazy.
A handful of votes.
No,
That's
it's
all I want for the
insane
kid.
that you're.
If anybody out there
crazy.
votes for him, they should have their vote taken away.
Yeah.
At fifth place or sixth place.
Yeah.
Rico, he is a punter.
Okay.
He punts the football.
This is insane. I thought you were kidding at first. You're not.
A handful
He's
of votes.
a punter
A handful of votes.
All
That's
right,
all I'm saying.
for San Diego State.
hold on.
Just saying.
I'm retroactively giving Rico Bosco a Heisman vote this year. I think what you do is, and I've never had a Heisman vote. You put out your 1 through 10.
Yeah.
You put him on your ballot.
Most valuable players?
Oh
I'm
my-
asking
I'd put
you.
him at 10.
I'm asking you if
You
you're.
said it's an underwhelming fucking thing. I'd
you-
put him at 10.
This is the stupidest conversation
Just
I've ever
saying.
been a part of.
I'll give you
And
next
I've been
year's.
a part of a lot of.
I'll
stupid
give you
ones.
next year's Heisman frontrunner. Deuce Vaughn.
Kansas State.
I fucking love that
He won't
kid.
be the front runner because he plays at Kansas State, but he is.
He's
he
going to
is
be up there.
fantastic.
He's going to be a sleeper.
He's great. He's great. But I mean, next year's front runner. Let me just go ahead and tell you, it's going to be somebody from Alabama, somebody from Ohio State, somebody
Yeah,
from
exactly.
somebody from Clemson,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's your Caleb Williams will be your front runner in the offseason.
Oh, Spencer Rattler will still be like.
Spencer Rattler will be sixth in
somewhere-
odds behind Caleb Williams.
Where's he going? Alabama.
Coastal. He's going somewhere where it's
LSU
nice.
maybe. LSU.
You're telling me Coastal wouldn't take him?
I would love for Spencer Rattler to go somewhere.
I can see Lane
Unbelievable.
Kiffin taking him in Ole Miss once Corral leaves. He'll go somewhere, and he'll probably be okay. I don't know. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
he will.
He's terrible. Whatever. I'm depressed. Depressed about college football.
I know, and like I said, I usually thought I'd be excited for chaos, but
I still think this would be the year. This is the year we should have had a 12-team playoff. Because imagine if you're Ohio State. Because I tell you who might be the best team. They're not the best team in the country, but one of the best teams in the country right now is Texas A&M. Right now, they're fantastic.
they're confusing, man.
They're not confusing, though.
Yes, they are.
They've been very good for
Who was
about
their
4
second
weeks.
loss to? Or who were their two losses to?
Arkansas and Mississippi State. They lost back-to-back.
Oh, Jesus.
This was
I remember Mississippi State.
Arkansas and Mississippi State. They lost back-to-back.
Arkansas got them?
Then they beat Alabama. Yeah, that's
Beat
why
the shit out of
Arkansas.
them.
That's why
I know.
Arkansas raised up, because they beat Texas and Texas A&M, who was preseason top 10. Anyway,
I mean, A&M.
they lost. Then they beat Alabama, and now they're rolling. They're good. Which in this season where you don't have 4 standouts, wouldn't you rather have teams at the end who have put it together and who are good and who like Texas A&M would be dangerous as the number 11 seed against, let's say Ohio State ended up 5 and Texas A&M 12. Are you guaranteeing me Ohio State's beating A&M?
No.
I don't think you can. Oregon at 5 against A&M.
You know what sucks, too, is that A&M, right, like, will have a decent year or above average year, right? Could they finish 10-2?
Yeah, they could definitely finish.
Okay, so they finished 10-2. Notre Dame finishes 11-1. Texas A&M and Notre Dame is an awesome New Year's Day bowl game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jacked up, 2 fan bases,
Right.
big-time programs, ready to go. And what do we have the last couple of years? I'm opting out. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck.
But in
The
a
bowl
12-team
games-
playoff,
there used to be a thing where it's like, yeah, we didn't win the national championship. Okay, we didn't go to the playoff, but we're going to have a good year. And cementing a good year goes to show us that we went and beat the shit out of Notre Dame or beat Notre Dame in a big-time bowl game.
But
like people are sucking Notre Dame.
You're right,
We get
you're
to
right.
That's all out the window.
The problem with that is, though, we used to in college football just decide on a national champion at the end of the year. We used to do a lot of stupid-ass shit in college football. Now, we had the great New Year's Day. Me and you grew up in a time where, boy, you wake up New Year's Day, all of a sudden those Florida Bowls hit, then you got the Rose Bowl later. Everything is perfect. The Sugar Bowl at night. The Cotton
Shout out
Bowl.
Uncle John. He used to be at his house every year.
New Year's Day was it. It was the best.
awesome.
It was the best day of college, and that's dead. That's gone. That's gone forever. Period.
Uncle John's still alive. But you're right. New Year's Day, the nostalgia of New Year's Day.
Do you still go to his house for New Year's Day?
No, he moved to Florida.
There is one thing I don't want to hear about is Cincinnati. I don't care about them. I really don't. It's
But wait.
Tulsa had that
Both of y'all
fucking
wait.
game, man.
First
Tulsa
of all,
had that game.
that quarterback should be arrested. That
Yes.
quarterback for Tulsa should be arrested. You cannot go to your knee right there. You have to dive into the end zone. You have to run the end zone. You got to get your ass in the end zone for your team. That was bullshit.
That's an overreaction. Go to jail? No, he should go.
That is unbelievable that he decided to slide in that situation. And one thing, it didn't apply there. One of the things college football refs I think fuck up the most is when they decide a guy starts his slide like 3 yards before he actually started his slide. If your quarterback slides, they're going to spot you like 4 yards back. It's ridiculous.
Better off not sliding.
It's better off just diving.
Because they can't hit you in the head, so just
dive head first. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I
Tuck the ball and just dive.
I don't agree with you about Cincinnati. In
Why?
a year where the powers that be aren't that powerful, why not Cincinnati? Now, they have not looked good in the last 3 weeks, but if you're going to say you better give me a better eye test, Cincinnati, you should also expect it out of Alabama at home against a bad LSU team.
No, you're right about that. I think Alabama definitely, while they won by 6 against a shitty LSU team, it just helps them that it's LSU and not Tulsa. You know what I mean? Like Tulsa, you need to, as Cincinnati, you need to step on their throats there and to show, hey, we can beat the fuck out of these teams. And not even win by 9 like Ohio State and win by 10. They should have lost on the goal line. What are we doing?
Well, they were still up 8. They would have had to get the 2-point conversion. But I don't know. I think Cincinnati, if you're going to require them to pass this eye test, I feel like you should make everybody pass the eye test. Oklahoma certainly hasn't done it this year. Michigan hasn't done it this year. They've done it a couple times, but not Ohio State hasn't done it every week this year. But we make Cincinnati do it. And one more thing, that Notre Dame win is not aging poorly at all. It is doing fine.
Notre Dame is, I know.
Notre Dame could be 11-1.
Right.
Is Notre Dame a favorite the rest of the way? Who do they have left?
Well, I think they're in danger this week. They're 2.5-point favorites on the road against Virginia, who can throw the fucking football.
Oh, they can. Brendan Armstrong.
Cincinnati has one game left where it's
no, they have 2.
Who?
SMU and Houston. If Houston gets to the final.
Oh, I'm saying before.
Yeah,
I'm saying without final.
Yeah,
it's SMU.
That's still you're right. So that
the
other
South
thing,
Florida's trash. East Carolina. I'm good.
Well, so the AAC, I think the AAC is a good conference.
Right.
When at its best, it can go 5 deep. It could go Cincy, Memphis, UCF, Houston, and SMU.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, UCF is not what they are.
I think you're missing somebody, but okay.
Who's the other one?
I don't know. I think you're definitely missing somebody because it's been a deep league for a couple of years. Now, of course, it's breaking apart. Since he's leaving, people are leaving.
Listen to him again. Cincy, UCF, Memphis, SMU, Houston.
That's fine.
Who's the other one?
I don't know. I gotta
look it up if I'm wrong. But I don't think it's whatever. UCF is not that great this year. Memphis has not been great. I know they fucked me the other day. It's really just a 3-team league, and the committee is not valuing what I see. I think Houston is a top 25 team. They're not ranking Houston, and they're not ranking SMU. SMU is now out because they just lost to Memphis too. So Cincinnati does not have that. Hey, their league.
No, that's the team.
That's the 5, right?
Yeah, that's the 5. It just whatever. Wake Forest loses. Michigan State loses. Those are 2 teams that were pretending the whole time. Ohio State not great.
Also, the ACC that was not a conference game.
No, the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So dumb.
Wake Forest played North Carolina and lost, and Wake Forest is still undefeated in the ACC.
So dumb.
But they're about to get smacked this weekend. NC State's going to smack them. What?
Yeah, it's
okay. All right.
Don't even give them a nutshell.
Okay. I don't know if it was COVID scheduling. I don't know what it was, but North Carolina and Wake Forest were both looking for a non-conference opponent outside of ACC play, and they scheduled each other.
That
game did not count for ACC play.
That is so
It's the dumbest thing that's ever happened in the history.
So Wake Forest still in first.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
imagine a world.
stupid.
It doesnn't apply, but imagine a world where North Carolina and Wake Forest were nip and tuck in a race, right? And North Carolina beat them and it didn't count. that just
make any sense.
That just it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, other sports. We'll get to our picks and shit.
Don't you got another sucker? Another ad? We have a
two.
bunch.
We
Yeah.
have 2.
He usually does 3.
Yeah.
6 o'clock tonight on Sling.
Brandon Walker. It's actually 5 o'clock tonight. 2 hours on Mondays. 2 hours on Monday. That's more work than you do in a week, guys.
Not anymore.
Not
dildo.
anymore.
Oh wait, are you fully here now?
Yeah, I'm here.
He's full time.
What time did you get here today?
9:30.
What time you leaving?
2.
Yeah. Long day tomorrow. Trade it out.
We got a long day tomorrow, is right.
Guys, work attire has changed. You got any cuts on?
No, I don't at the moment, but I wear it all the time.
The days of wearing uncomfortable business attire are over, but you don't have to sacrifice style for comfort with Cuts clothing. In 2016, Cuts founder Stephen Borelli set out to create clothes ready for every occasion the modern man faces. He started by reinventing the T-shirt. The end result, what GQ magazine calls the only shirt worth wearing. And there's never been a better time to give Cuts clothing a try, because Cuts is kicking off the holiday sales season early with 30% off site-wide now through December 3rd. The signature buttery soft custom-engineered Pika Pro Tri-Blend Tee. It's a bold new take on a classic design, combining the ultimate blend of high-quality cotton, polyester, and spandex. Professional strength for going back to the office, yet comfortable enough for working from home. Cuts has innovated the work leisure category so you can work anywhere confidently. Shipageddon 2021 is coming. That's Shipageddon 2021. In preparation, Cuts is starting their sales season early for you with 30% off site-wide starting November 9th. Well, that's very, very soon, isn't it? That's tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So you can have worry-free holiday shopping. Head over to cutsclothing.com today to get 30% off site-wide through December 3rd and upgrade your wardrobe with their world-famous shirts, joggers, and their all-new outerwear. That's cutsclothing.com. We have to talk about something on this show, guys. And we have to talk about, are we going to put up with certain things? TJ, can I get the Saturday results and the Sunday results? If you can pull that, I would like to reference that for what we're about to talk about.
Not good for me, bro.
No, not good for you, but this isn't about you, shockingly. This isn't about you either.
Oh, huge.
And it's
I already had like 6 excuses in my head.
It's not about me. I don't know if you guys noticed this.
Is it about
Oh, yeah.
Ange?
No,
Is it about
not.
Ev?
It is not.
Is it about Big Cat?
It is not. It is not.
Who the fuck else, Smitty?
Can I get the Saturday standings real
Yeah,
quick?
Smitty, let's hear it.
So this is Saturday, okay?
God.
I just look.
Big Ev killed
Listen, Rico was terrible. Fine,
Awful.
whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Big Ev was 16 and
Couldn't
6.
do
Smitty was good. No, Megan making money 0 and 6. Now, can I get Sunday's results?
5 and 5 is great.
Sunday results? Everybody, and then Megan making money 0 and 4.
Ooh.
She went 0 for the weekend.
And
The weekend.
I went 3 and 13 though. 3 and 15. I mean,
Oh, you weren't great. You weren't good at all.
yeah, but winning one. You
Actually,
won.
hold on. You were bad.
Yeah, it was
What?
bad.
No,
2
he's
and
really
11 and
bad.
1 and 4?
He's one of the worst.
well, you got to
numbers of
remember,
all
I
time.
have the pick 6 going for the people. I also have the 4 to score.
For the people, you haven't given them a winner yet.
Yeah, it's also
I've
like
given him a
You're telling them, hey, people,
All
take
right,
my
all right.
bet. Fuck you.
All right. We'll peel back. Help me, help you.
I mean, that's
Straight bets only.
That's-
No exclusives.
he also sat down yesterday and goes, biggest play of the day, Cowboys first half. And me and Jerry sat there, told him that's a bad bet. And I'm like off camera just talking. He goes, "Oh, Marty, you know the lottery numbers next tomorrow too?" I'm like, "No, I just think this is a bad bet. They didn't score a fucking point."
It was a bad bet.
I'm in that spot where I have a problem. I haven't admitted it. Like I gotta get fixed. That's
You just got you
that's
need
where
to
I'm
admit
at.
that
not
you
gambling
suck.
problem. It's winning problem.
No,
I have
you
a
need
winning
to admit
problem.
that
I gotta
you
fix
suck.
it. Yeah, I
No,
suck
I
right
don't
now.
think you have to admit
suck
that.
right now.
We see it. You don't have to
Yeah,
tell us.
Brandon.
yeah, but
All right,
he
Brandon.
needs to.
All right,
Once you
Brandon.
embrace sucking, you could try. You have to pick out. Why am I sucking?
You can diagnose it, yes.
I've
Bro, it
done
was
that.
so bad at like 9:30. I was like dozing. I'll be honest. I was dozing off at the end because it was so bad. I didn't want to stay up. The late games kind of sucked. Brandon texted me. He goes, "I beat you." I said, "Yeah, no shit." Like, what the fuck? I forgot about that contest.
$10,000.
You won $10,000.
$10,000.
I'm not. Why are you giving him a high five? He
I-
made a contest
'cause
for
he-
himself. Wait, you won 10 grand?
10 grand.
What did you go this week?
Bang!
Did I win any of them? Did I
Oh,
win?
you won 2. You won. I went 3 and 2.
Oh, so I must beat you.
Also, not to throw anybody under the bus, but since October 1st, Ben Mintz is down 54.3.
I was going to bring that up as well. So if we can get the overall
Eat
standings,
a burger?
I mean, I'm down 35 in college football.
if we can get the overall standings
35.
up,
Oh my God, you guys suck.
Yeah, it's not good.
Marty, me and you all talk. We're around these idiots. We look like geniuses.
I'm gonna start
I
cutting
said
down.
it. It's crazy. Like I can literally win everything, and people still think it's. I've been having a great football season.
Megan didn't win a bet this weekend. Mitzi is down 13 units already. It's been a week.
That is so
He
bad.
was down 41 in October.
He's down 54 units.
And Megan started off like 6-0.
You know what's sick is I hit an 8-unit parlay.
And you're still down 11. You're
Yeah.
11 and 27.
It's not good.
Holy shit.
I could get hot in college. Excuse me. I could get hot in college basketball.
Marty, me and you are. I mean, we're like
It's like
we're like
insane.
Mensa members here
I didn't know Mensa. Wait, how many months has it been, TJ?
since October 1st.
So 6 weeks. He's down 54 units.
so hard to do. That's so hard to do.
It's tough.
1 month, 54 minutes.
And he's in Vegas. He's a professional gambler. He's a professional gambler.
It's tough.
Holy shit! If
tough.
I was him, I wouldn't be able to like dress myself anymore. I would be down so bad.
I'm cutting down college football. I think I'm only releasing
He's
3
still
or 4.
talking about him.
Yeah.
Because I've been bad too. You don't want to help?
No, you have to help. I diagnosed myself. I had too many plays, and I realized
Yes,
I
I wanna
need
go
to cut
down
it
to
down. So
3
I
or
cut
4.
it. So I cut. No, a little more than that. I cut it down. I also stopped thinking so much. When I think too much, but I also
When were you ever thinking?
No,
too
I
much?
was thinking too much. And when I convinced myself that I do know like sports inside out, I was like, you know what? Maybe you don't, Martin. And then we'll just figure it out. And I've been doing so much better.
Can I tell
Even
you?
though the Chargers was a really small play by me.
Can I tell you when you turned it on?
What?
When you swagger jacked me and bought my shoes.
Hey, whenever I became hot, I'm telling you,
I don't. Yeah, hot Marty is a better gambler than ugly Marty.
way better.
He is.
Way better.
But have you considered getting hot?
Trying. No shave November.
Are you going with that?
Yeah, let it grow for a little bit. We'll see what happens.
I
It doesn't look good for me. It looks like pubes.
How long?
it doesn't
When's the
see-
last time you shaved?
I usually shave every other day.
It is very patchy.
It's puby. Yeah,
Every other day you shave?
pretty
That's
much.
when I usually shave every other day. When I'm in shaving mode. Right now, I'm not.
Well, I
obviously.
mean, it depended.
It's so
I had,
nice having to be honest.
I
Just
had
the
to
neck.
shave.
You do the last ad.
Yes, Dad.
Fine. Shit. TJ just thinks he runs shit around here. Fresh from San Diego, California,
Blenders.
which is, I believe, Spanish for whale's vagina.
It's West.
Fresh from San Diego, California comes the only sunglasses brand I'm ever going to wear again. I'm talking about Blenders Eyewear. And you're going to be just as hooked when you see how awesome these shades are. They're perfect to wear when I'm at the beach or I'm playing golf or I'm just chilling in the backyard grilling. You know how I do. Chase Fisher started Blenders by selling his beachy shades out of a backpack while doubling as a surf instructor on Pacific Beach. I got to be honest. Chase Fisher sounds like he's had a better life than me. He's now a CEO of Blenders, and he was selling shades out of a backpack while doubling as a surf instructor on Pacific Beach. That guy's life has been pretty good. His goal to create an adventurous, mid-priced eyewear option with the same cool factor as the other leading styles. Unlike expensive big brand shades that you've probably lost or smashed in the past, Blenders are actually affordable, so you're not going to cry as much when the inevitable happens. Blenders' team of in-house designers are constantly coming out with new styles, from orange polarized wraparounds, tortoiseshell frames with purple lenses, to classic gold arms on black lens. And it's not just sunglasses. Blenders has prescription glasses, readers, and blue lights, as well as snow collection with goggles and accessories. Live life in forward motion with Blenders today. To score 15% off your Blenders purchase, visit blenderseyewear.com and enter promo code PIXVIP. That's blenderseyewear.com, code PIXVIP for 15% off. Blenders, rocked with pride worldwide. It was a good ad read. Good job,
Good ad
Brandon.
read.
Thanks for
Good job,
thanks for doing all the
Brandon.
heavy lifting today.
Marty can't read.
I know that I just started full time, but I'm not going to read ads. I'm just going to sit
No,
here.
he can't. He really can't.
You've
read.
told me that, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're full time now, huh?
Yeah.
You're here all day.
We're like starting a new show, and he just is like, we'll figure it out. The guys just started. We're trying to figure everything out.
You're starting a new show.
Yeah.
Third guy's not here.
I know. We won't. We're
Whatever.
not gonna
What's your
say
new
it.
show?
Not gonna say it.
Guess who's available
Won't tell
to
anybody.
the media tomorrow?
Coach K.
No.
You.
Seth Greenberg, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm amped.
Why? That doesn't matter to anybody in the world but you.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
I
They-
might be the only one there asking questions.
You're going to ask Seth Greenberg questions.
I already
What are we
kinda-
gonna wear? What are we wearing?
I don't know.
Suit with a hat.
Wear the old the like a press visor, like a little
Ooh.
visor that says press on it, or an old Tommy's like derby hat.
Oh, I should wear that actually.
Yeah, wear that.
Yeah.
Big J journalist. You
I
too.
definitely have to dress up just for like to make it funny.
All right, we got to do picks. I just realized we're at 12:54. I'll go first. So I took Sixers off my card because Embiid's out. But I still like Sixers-Knicks over 212. I watched the Knicks play yesterday, and their defense was incredibly bad. I mean, it was awful. So I like Sixers-Knicks over 212. Bears-Steelers under 39. That's a gross number, so naturally I'm going under that. Heat -2 and Heat Nuggets under 205. Those are my 4 picks tonight. Marty Mush.
I have the Steelers -7. I got the Nets +1, the Nuggets +2. We're also like the Knicks fans. The Knicks aren't that
Yeah,
good.
the rust is coming
I
off.
watched that game yesterday. First of all, the fact that you Knicks fans get Mike Breen and Clyde as your color commentator and your announcer, they're fantastic.
They're awesome.
I watched the shit out of
They're
them.
one of the best.
Do you know who we had in the 90s?
It was Marv Albert,
Yeah,
right?
it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I mean,
unbelievable.
No, they're
Breen's
one of the
incredible.
best.
Breen's
Yeah.
the best.
It was
he's
great.
The, he's the national guy.
I watched the shit out of it. Like Rubio scored 37 points.
I know
Anyway.
you're not a major baseball guy, but the Mets broadcast is maybe the best thing. Kevin Burkhardt is the main guy for Fox now. He was our sideline guy.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
All right,
you
keep
don't-
going.
You don't know things.
I
you
don't
don't
care
know
who the
shit
Mets
about
sideline
boxing.
guy is.
You don't know shit about boxing. Dallas Mavericks, Knicks, 76ers, over. Najee Harris, first touchdown.
It's only 350.
Fuck it. They run the ball. It was always Najee
That's still
Harris.
a shocking number.
It was
350.
always Najee Harris. It was always Najee Harris.
All right.
No, I got it. We got it. Welcome to the team, Rico.
Thanks, pal.
Good to have you here. So you're here every day on the show?
Brandon, he's the lowest person here. Like, everyone's his boss. Like, he's the lowest.
Are you here on the show every day now?
Every day.
That's great news. Thank you very much. All right, the Yak is up next.